No one, unless I cut that time short, no one is going to be left to save. No one's going to be left alive. The world, the whole world, and all the people on it will self-destruct. Now, maybe you think about, okay, what does that mean to self-destruct? Maybe you've watched the movie Armageddon. I sort of like that movie. I forget who the main character is, but anyway, it's about an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth, and they fly up in space to blow it up and save the Earth from this big rock hitting the Earth. But what the Bible, now there may be some of that when you read the book of Revelation, there may be some of that stuff happening, of things falling from heaven and hitting the earth and all that. But that's not the destruction of the earth. That's not exactly what's going to happen. It may help out happen, but that what the Bible talks about is the destruction of morality. In other words, the reason Christ has to return and cut the time short is because there's no morality left among our people. We don't know which end is up. We don't know which end is down. We don't know male. We don't know female. We don't know what gender we are. Okay? We don't know. So the reason Christ has to return, the destruction, is a destruction of morality. There's nothing left here to save. There's only a few people left, unless I'm going to cut this time short so that they don't self-destruct, is what the Bible is talking about. Now we have a conundrum. You have mainstream that teaches when you die, you immediately go to heaven. Then you have Christ saying, no, I'm going to return and resurrect the dead. Now, if you've ever been to a funeral, you've heard this conundrum before. When you're in the building, when you're in the church, the preacher will say, Bertha Butt is not in that casket. Bertha Butt is now in heaven with the Lord. Okay, now you've heard this. Then you go outside the building to the graveside, and you will hear that Bertha Butt is in the grave waiting for the trump to sound and Christ to return and resurrect the dead. And it's the elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about. It's staring you straight in the face, and no one ever raises their hand and says, wait a minute, you just said that Bertha Butt is with the Lord. Now we're preaching Bertha Butt's going to be resurrected from the dead. Which is it? Again, it's the elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about. No one's going to discuss it. We just go through our lives with blinders on. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. I didn't, I'm just ignorant. I'm just ignorant. Okay, that's how we live our life. Then on top of that, on top of all of this, if all people go to heaven when they die, and listen, you've never heard some poor sap preached into hell. You never have, and you never will. They all squeak through the pearly gates, no matter who they are, no matter what kind of character, whether it's good or bad, or evil, rotten through and through, they all manage to squeak through the pearly gate. You have never heard some poor sap being preached into hell, and you never will. Okay. So not only that, but you have mainstream saying all people go to heaven when they die, and then you have Christ saying, no, I'm going to return to this earth, resurrect my saints, and fix earth's problems. And of course, in this scenario, you have Christ return to this earth, and he's sort of scratching his head, and he's saying, well, where are all the Christians at? Where are all the Christians at? There's none down. Oh, a great oversight. I forgot. I should have never left heaven. That's where they're all at. They're all back in heaven. How did I overlook that? What a great oversight on my part. Yes.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.